Hi, we're back for another video. My name is Evan Mold, and in my previous video, I shared that I transformed or I customized the old strap of this watch into a paracord watch strap. And in this video, I want to share the skill in how to make a paracord bracelet. So let's get started. I want to share this because you never know. You also have a talent in this stuff. Remember, you are not limited to paracords. You can use any material you want. Only your imagination is your limit. To get this video started, the first thing that I want to talk about is this. This is a paracord. And there are many different types of paracord. And this paracord is a 550 pounds paracord. The reason why this is called a 550 paracord is because a single strand can hold up to 550 pounds. Inside this one strand, you will see 7 strands, which makes it a really strong cord. And a paracord has many different colors, and one of the examples would be this one. This is a solid color paracord. Next one is a pattern colored paracord, and this is green and black, red and black. And another type of color is gradient paracord, which is like this. As you can see, it's blue, then it turns to violet, and then pink, and then orange and yellow. This is a gradient colored paracord. There are a lot of online stores where you can buy different colored paracords. And in making a paracord bracelet, you will be needing a lock, which is like this. And there are a lot of variations for the lock. So one would be this one. This is a survival version. It has different uses. The first one is this one, this little here. As you can see, in the bottom part is actually a whistle, so you can use this as a whistle. This also has something sharp, as you can see, which you can use to cut a rope or cut something. And also you can use this in the middle of this buckle. You'll see a stone-like material that you can use as a spark. See that? I don't know if you can, if you saw that, can be used as spark to light your fire. So this is the first one, the multi-purpose buckle. Next is this one, and a bigger ordinary buckle. This is the one that I use for this watch. Next is the smaller one, much smaller than this one. As you can see, this is ideal to be used when making a paracord bracelet. And next is this one. You can use this, and it has 4 holes. This one, the end one, will be used to hold the paracord. The last 3, you can remove this by unscrewing this one. This has 4 holes that you can use. The first one will be used as the hole where the paracord will be placed, and the last 3 holes can be used as a size adjustment. So if you want to make it longer, you can use the end part here. See that? This is a screw type. It is locked using by a screw. And aside from this one with a screw lock, you can also buy one with something that you can poke, and then you can lock it by pressing it in. And there's a spring or a lock mechanism in this part, where this is the one that will lock into place. So you'll need a little bit of force to pull it out here, then press it, then it's locked. There are also many stores that sell something like this. You can also use this as a lock for your paracord bracelet. And also this one. See, you'll know as you enhance this skill, as you make more paracord bracelets or any bracelet, you would be able to visualize or find a way to use these kinds of accessories as a lock for your paracord bracelet. Just remember that you're only limited to your imagination. The next part of this video is we'll talk about the things that you will need in order for you to create a paracord bracelet, and also the things that would make your paracord bracelet making much easier. The first thing that you'll need in making a paracord bracelet is a tape measure. This will be used to measure the wrist, and also to measure how long your paracord would be. Next is cutter. I use a cutter instead of a scissor because this would give you a much cleaner cut, because if you use a scissor in cutting a paracord, it will take some time and it will not have a clean cut compared to if you're using a cutter. So if you use a cutter, a wire cutter I mean, you would have a much cleaner cut, which is much easier to burn. Next is I use pliers in order to pinch the burned end of the paracord. And also the next thing that you will need is a lighter to burn the end of the paracord. When I'm creating a paracord, I also use this one, and I would really recommend, if you want to invest or you want to really learn and create paracord bracelets or any paracord project, I would recommend you buying this equipment. This is a FIDS. It has a pointed tip, and also it has a hole with a groove inside where you can use to insert the paracord. After you burned it, you insert the paracord over here, so you can still insert the paracord into much tighter spaces to get that really sturdy and tight paracord bracelet. I really recommend you buying this. This only costs around $1.50 in US and around 60 or 70 pesos here in the Philippines. And also, one of the things that would really make your weaving much more easier is you can also buy or create something like this. This is called a jig. You can use this. As you can see, I put a paracord bracelet as a demonstration. You can use this. You can loosen this part up and you can move this here, depending on the size of the paracord that you will be using. And you can tie this up here. This is a paracord jig, and I made this myself. This has been with me for 5 years, and I've been using this in a lot of paracord projects or paracord bracelet that I made, which I sold when I was in college. For today's video demonstration, we will not be using this, for you to see that you can create a paracord bracelet even if you don't have a paracord jig. In the next part of this video, we will now create a paracord bracelet. Now we're gonna create a paracord bracelet. I'm using a solid color paracord, which is, this is purple. To start, you need to measure your wrist or the wrist of the person you will be creating a paracord bracelet with. In my case, I'll be using myself, so I'm gonna measure this using the tape measure. Wrap it around. Make sure that you won't measure it too tight. You just measure it how fit the bracelet would be. So in my case, let's make it 18. We now have the size of the wrist. So the next thing that we'll prepare is paracord. I will be using 6 feet of paracord for this one. We're gonna measure 6 feet. So that's 12, and if you double it, that's 2 feet. And when you double it, that's 4, and because we'll be using 6, so 2 feet of paracord. And let's cut it here. When I cut the paracord, I usually cut half a centimeter of the cord inside, so that we have a much larger allowance for this part. So I'm gonna, and then put it like that, and twist, then I use the pliers to make the burn to a shape where, as you can see, that shape where I can fit this to the fits. So there, so you can insert this into very tight knots. So let's do the other end, then twist. It takes a lot of practice to know the timing when to twist the burn so that you won't get burned. Okay, so we're done. We now have two ends burnt. Next, we're gonna find the center for the cord. That would be 3 feet. Then we're gonna get this one, and you get the other end, and you're gonna put this here. Gonna put this here, and then make a cow's hitch like that. See that? Right. So there you go. That's the first step. Now we're gonna get the end part, gonna insert it here. Then a while ago it was 18 centimeters. So for this one, we're gonna measure from this tip, from here to this here. So we will add 1.5 centimeters. So we'll be measuring 19.5. So we're gonna measure it. So we have 19 here, as you can see, 19 and a half. Then we will start the weaving process. I'm gonna put the left side over here and the left side over here. Make sure to hold one here so you will not lose the measurement that you made. Now the weave would be over, then you insert it in the middle, and then use the next, this one, the left cord over, then insert it. So that's simple. Now it would start like this. Then you continue the weave again, the right side. So right, go in the center, then pull, then you tighten it up. So it's that simple. What I do is I hold the remaining cord used to grip it, and using my thumb push the bracelet, the done weave, to tighten it up. Next is get this one, the left cord, you put it in the center like that, and then repeat this process until you reach the very end. So I'll go ahead and weave this for you guys, and I will show you how to work on the end part. So I think I miscalculated the paracord to use, but I think we can make this work. Now I'm on the end part of the paracord, and I kind of made a mistake on the amount of paracord I'd be using, so we only get left with this much. So I'm gonna show you why I recommend getting fids, because after this, if you don't have fids, we can no longer add this one here. So because we can still insert one more, this one here, just like the other one. You can add it here, then twist just enough so we can pull it inside. So it's inserted. Also, you can use the fid to push it here, then use the pliers to pull it in. So there you have it. The last part that we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this here. You should not cut too close to the bracelet, because when you burned it, it might burn the sides, and we don't want that because it would be messy. So I recommend when you add a few limiters here, so there's an allowance, so you would have a free space to cut. So we cut it there. Now we're gonna burn this using the lighter. So one of the things that I learned is to slant the flame, the lighter, so the flame would be a little bit curved, and just burn until it really liquefy. Don't worry, because we'll have enough there. And after that, turn it and use the side of the lighter to press like that. Press. After you press, there you have it. It is hidden over there, so there you have it, a nice paracord bracelet. And this weave is called fishtail, and let's try. Fingers crossed. It's just perfect, not too tight and not too loose, just perfect. I hope you enjoy watching that paracord bracelet weaving process. I just want to share that a skill can be shared or can be learned from anyone, but it is your job to enhance it. So you need to practice the skills that you will learn in order for it to become your own talent. That is also why I really appreciate those people sharing their talent or the knowledge that they personally have discovered themselves. So I really appreciate, and I think those people, they are also one of the inspiration and the ones that motivate me to share the skills, to share the things that I have learned to you guys. Remember, a skill you've learned is doomed to be forgotten if it is not practiced. One of the things that I really remind myself is that practice makes progress. There are so many things that we can learn online, we can learn through the world, we can learn from other people. We can grow to a much better version of ourselves as long as we don't stop learning. That's it for me today, and I hope you get something out of this video. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing and share if you think this would be valuable to other people. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next videos. Live inspired.